Hello my dear students and welcome back to the chemical kinetics chapter. So now in today's session we shall solve numericals based on the activation energy. Okay, so now the first problem is the rate constant for the following first ordered reaction is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5 per second at 600 Kelvin. Calculate the rate constant for the same reaction at 700 Kelvin if activation energy for the reaction is 209 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so what they are asking you to calculate? They are asking you to calculate the rate constant at a higher temperature. What is the lower temperature? The lower temperature is 600 Kelvin, and at 600 Kelvin what is the rate constant value? It is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5. So this is your K1. They are asking you to K2, and they have given you the activation energy. What is the value of activation energy? 209 kilojoules per mole. What is the first order decomposition reaction is here? Ethyl iodide is decomposing you giving as ethene and hydrogen iodide. So here I have written the given things, that K1 they have given at 600 Kelvin. Okay, then we have to calculate the K2 which is at 700 Kelvin, and activation energy they have given it as 209 kilojoules per mole, and R value, that is gas constant, 8.314 into joules per Kelvin per mole. So what is the formula that we will be using? This is the formula that we will use, that is log of K2 by K1 is equal to activation energy divided by 2.303 into R multiplied by T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. Okay, so given values are there, substitute in this. Okay, so I have substituted the value here. Okay, now this value same here I have written. See, on solving this part, okay, on solving this part I'm getting the answer as 2.599, or you can simply take it as 2.6 also. Okay, then to calculate K2 what I have to do? See, log is there, so log goes on that side, it will become anti-log. So anti-log of 2.6 you can take, then the anti-log of that value will be 397.19. so here K2 by 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5 is equal to now 397.19. Okay, so K2 is equal to, then K2 is equal to, this moves on that side, so it is 397.19 into 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5. On solving this we'll get 6.36 into 10 to the power minus 3 per second. Okay, so very simple. We know the formula to calculate the activation energy, okay, which is the modified form of Arrhenius equation. So this is the modified form of Arrhenius equation from which we can calculate the activation energy of a reaction at two different temperature. Okay, this is a formula, and everything is given, everything is been given except the rate constant at 700 Kelvin. So on putting all the values and on solving we'll get K2 as 6.36 into 10 to the power minus 3 per second. Simplification, simple, everything is been given, and they are asking only one term is unknown, and that unknown you have to calculate. Simple mathematics is there. I hope you will be having no difficulty in solving that. Okay, so moving on to the second problem, which is also very basic and a simple one. See, for a decomposition reaction the rate constant at two different temperatures are. So here in this problem already they are giving you rate constant at two different temperatures. What are those? So K1 is equal to 2.15 into 10 to the power minus 8 liters per mole per second at 650 Kelvin, and K2 is 2.39 into 10 to the power minus 4 liters per mole per second at 700 Kelvin. Calculate the activation energy for the reaction. So again this is the formula that we will be using. Now except activation energy everything is been given. T2 is given, T1 is given. What is T2? T2 is 700 Kelvin. What is T1? T1 is 650 Kelvin, and K1 and K2 they have given you. R value we know. What is the gas constant? 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. So that we have substituted. So everything is been given again. So simple mathematical equation is there. If we solve that we will get the activation energy for the reaction. So here I have substituted the value, and activation energy I have to calculate. So on substituting and on solving we will get the activation energy as 182254 joules per mole. Now activation energy, what is the unit of energy? It is joules per mole. So activation energy is like this, or you can write it in terms of kilojoules per mole. Kilo means this will be divided by 10 to the power minus divided by 1000. So when you divide this by 1000, what you will get? 182.254 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so two different problems are there, and but very simpler problems are there. Now let us move on to the little bit difficult problems. Okay students, so the next problem is the rate constant for a reaction at 500 Kelvin and 700 Kelvin are K1 is equal to 0.02 per second and K2 is equal to 0.07 per second. Okay, calculate the values of EA and A. Okay, then we know the formula. See, simple, what they are giving, the rate constant they have given K1 and K2, and the two temperatures they have given. What they are asking you to calculate now? Activation energy and capital A. Capital A refers to what? Frequency factor or Arrhenius constant you have to calculate. So what is the first thing we have to do is, first we have to calculate the activation energy. So how do we calculate the activation energy? This is the modified form of the formula, modified form of Arrhenius equation from which we can calculate the activation energy. So this is the formula. Everything whatever is given, you substitute those values. K2 is given, K1 is given, activation energy that we have to calculate. So this is unknown, so R is given, both the temperatures are given. One is at 500 Kelvin and another is at 700 Kelvin. So substitute the values. Okay, this will become log of 3.5. On simplifying, it will become 5.44, and everything I have kept as it is. Next, so here here only. Next, EA is equal to, so you people simplify it, so your answer should be like 182.281 joules per mole or 182.281 kilojoules per mole. So these are the answers you should get. Simple mathematics is there. So EA you keep this side, and these things, the down things will go on that side, multiplied to this, and this 200 is division. Okay, so your activation energy is 182.281 kilojoules per mole. So once we calculate the activation energy, next we have to calculate the frequency factor or Arrhenius constant. So we will make use of again Arrhenius equation, which is log of rate constant is equal to log of frequency factor minus EA divided by 2.303 R into 1 upon T, or EA by 2.303 into RT, all the same. Okay, then substituting the values. Now here only one temperature is there, so any one temperature you can make use of. Either you can make use of 500 Kelvin or 700 Kelvin, the answer will be the same. So I will make use of 500 Kelvin. So at 500 Kelvin, we know the rate constant value. This only we don't know. So activation energy we have just calculated. So this is R value. So on substituting, so this log of this 0.02 will be minus 1.699 or 1.7 also you can take, is equal to log of A minus, on solving this you will get it as 1.904. Okay, so log of A is equal to, take this on that side or take this on this side, it will become positive. So log of A is equal to 1.904 minus 1.7. So we will get the answer as log of A is equal to 0.205. So take the log on that side, so it will become as A is equal to anti-log of 0.205. So the answer will be frequency factor or Arrhenius constant value is 1.603. It has got no unit. Okay, as it's a constant, it has got no unit. Okay, so next problem is very interesting. Okay, so focus on this. These are all, what all three problems we have solved. It is simple, you can easily calculate activation energy or rate constant, and once you calculate the activation energy, you can calculate the Arrhenius constant or frequency factor. But now this one is very interesting. What it is saying, see, the rate of a reaction becomes double. This you have to focus on. The rate of a reaction becomes double when the temperature is increased from 298 Kelvin to 308 Kelvin. Calculate the activation energy. Okay, now in the previous class when we were discussing about the effect of temperature on the rate of the reaction, that we have discussed, isn't it? So when the temperature is increased by 10 degrees Celsius, now if you notice here, see, the temperature is increased by 10 degrees Celsius. So whenever the temperature of a reaction increases by 10 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Rate of the reaction gets doubled. So here also the rate of the reaction is getting doubled. Okay, so now what we have to do? We have to calculate the activation energy. Now how do we calculate? Again the same formula, log of K2 by K1 is equal to EA divided by 2.303 into R and multiplied by T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. Okay, so now see, here they are given that the rate of the reaction becomes double. So it means what? See, the meaning is simple, that K2 by K1 is equal to 2. Means what? When the temperature becomes 308 Kelvin, the second K2 will become 2 times of K1. I hope you are understanding it. When the temperature is increased to 10 degrees Celsius, rate constant at 308 Kelvin is 2 times the first rate constant. So the K2 by K1 value will become 2. So what we'll do now? So log of 2 is equal to, so EA divided by 2.303 into 8.314. okay, what are the two temperatures? So it is 308 minus 298 divided by 308 multiplied by 298. So on solving EA, your answer should be how much? 55. Okay, 1 minute. 52,898. okay, joules per mole, or in terms of kilo, 528 point or 52.8. yeah, 52.8. so it will become as 52.898 kilojoules per mole. So this is the answer that you should get. Okay, just remember this. I mean, these are the tricky questions that you will get in your competitive examinations. Okay. So this one you have to remember, that rate of a reaction becomes doubled when the temperature is increased from 298 to 308. Now again, this is a very simple form. Okay, in competitive examination, what they will do, they will increase the temperature by 20 degrees Celsius. Then what will happen to K2 by K1 value? It will become 4 times. Why? For when the temperature is increased to 10 degrees Celsius, K2 by K1 is equal to 2. Means the rate becomes 2 times the first reaction. When you increase the temperature by 20 degrees Celsius, the rate will become 4 times. So this you have to remember. Or in directly they might mention that the rate of the reaction becomes 4 times when the temperature is increased from 298 Kelvin to 380 Kelvin. Means now the temperature is increased by 20 degrees Celsius or 20 Kelvin. Therefore, K2 by K1 value will become 4 times. So that you have to substitute the values here and calculate the activation energy of that reaction. Okay. So these are the few problems based on the activation energy. Now let us see the last concept in this chemical kinetics chapter, called as what is the effect of catalyst on the rate of a reaction. Okay students. Now the last concept of this chapter is effect of catalyst on the rate of reaction. Okay, first let us understand what is catalyst. Okay, now catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the rate of a reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. Okay, means catalyst is a substance which will increases the rate of reaction. Okay, it may double the rate of reaction, it may triple the rate of reaction, or it may increase the rate of reaction 4 times. Okay, it may increase it, or the rate of reaction may be decreasing. Okay, so catalyst is a substance which will increase or decrease the rate of a substance, but it will not involve in the reaction directly. means it will indirectly support the reaction or it may suppress the reaction. Okay, if it is supporting the reaction, then the rate of reaction increases, then the reaction finishes very soon. If the catalyst is suppressing the rate of reaction, means the rate of when the rate of reaction decreases, so the formation of product will be slower, or we can say the reaction is taking place very slowly. Okay, see, in any reaction, if you make use of a catalyst, okay, at the end of the reaction, catalyst will be same. I mean, whatever catalyst you are using, there will be no change in the nature of catalyst, only you will get the product. For example, here, when nitrogen and 3 moles of hydrogen, they will undergo a reaction in presence of molybdenum, okay, 2 moles of ammonia is formed. So in this reaction, what will happen? Molybdenum is a metal, okay, molybdenum is a metal. So here, in presence of molybdenum, nitrogen and 3 moles of hydrogen are reacting and giving you 2 moles of ammonia. So what is the act played by molybdenum is that it will increases, means it will give its surface. Okay, like molybdenum is a metal surface. Okay, it will be a metal surface. On this on the surface of molybdenum, what will happen? Hydrogen molecules will come and ammonia molecules will come. Sorry, nitrogen molecules will come. So here nitrogen will react with 3 molecule of hydrogen and 1 molecule of ammonia will be formed, and ammonia will be liberated. Once ammonia is formed, it will liberate. So here, what is the role played by molybdenum? It is molybdenum, simply it is providing its surface. What will happen? The molecules of hydrogen and nitrogen will come and sit on the surface of the molybdenum, and thus they will react on the surface of the molybdenum, and once the product, that is ammonia, is formed, it will simply go away from the surface of the molybdenum. So here you can clearly see there will be no change in the nature of the molybdenum. So here, if no molybdenum is there, then there is no surface for these gaseous molecule to react. See, if you simply take a container and here you put nitrogen and hydrogen, simply they will keep on colliding and they will keep on moving away from each other. But when I keep the molybdenum here, what will happen? Simply these molecules will come and sit on the surface of the molybdenum, and they will react on the surface of the molybdenum, and once the product is formed, they will leave the surface of molybdenum. Okay, so in this way, catalysts will be increasing or they will be decreasing the rate of reaction. But I will not say decreases the rate of reaction many a times, because see, catalysts are mainly used to increase the rate of reaction, not to decrease. In a very rare cases, it is used to decrease the rate of reactions. Okay, so what is a catalyst? Catalyst is a substance which will increases or decreases the rate of reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. In some of the reactions, what will happen? Some of the catalysts may form temporary hydrogen bonds with the reactants, and once the product is formed, those temporary hydrogens bond will be breaking and the catalyst will be obtained as it is. So that's why we will say that in a reaction, whenever we make use of a catalyst, then catalyst at the end of the reaction, we will obtain our catalyst as it is. Okay, now if a catalyst increases the rate of reaction, then we call it as a positive catalyst. If it decreases the rate of reaction, then we call it as a negative catalyst, or in simply sometimes we call it as inhibitor. We call it as inhibitors. Okay, then how does catalyst will affect the rate of reaction? Okay, so catalyst increases the rate of reaction or decreases the rate of reaction by changing the path of the reaction, wherein activation energy might be more or less than the reaction path without catalyst. What is this? Let us understand from a graph. See, I have plotted a graph of energy versus reaction path. Okay, so here, what is the energy? Energy is the amount of energy which is required to Okay, this is this graph is as we have studied in the previous classes, wherein we were calculating we were understanding what is activation energy. What is activation energy? The extra energy that we have to supply to the average reactant molecules, so that the energy of those average reactant molecules will become equal to threshold energy. Okay, so here in middle graph, that is in black color, so the middle graph is a reaction without, here I have written E1 means activation energy, which is no catalyst, which is having no catalyst. Okay, then what is E2? What is E2? E2 is a positive catalyst. Okay, so now that E2, here you can see second one, which is in blue color. So compared to first, wherein no catalyst is used, here first black color is there, compared to the black color graph, E2, wherein I have using a positive catalyst, what is happening? See, the path is remaining the same, but now the activation energy is less here. Here for the first reaction where no catalyst is there, activation energy is more compared to when I use a positive catalyst. So we will say that positive catalyst increases the rate by decreasing the activation energy. This question, I mean these tricky questions, single 1 marks questions will be asked in CET. How does a positive catalyst increases the rate? By decreasing the activation energy. Same. Now opposite to this, what? Negative catalyst. Negative catalyst decreases the rate of reaction by increasing the activation energy. That you can see black color, you can see again, that is the path of the reaction without catalyst. Now you can see upper blue color. Okay, so that is E3. E3 is a negative catalyst. Okay, so now negative catalyst decreases the rate by increasing the rate of reaction. So if you compare to the normal reaction wherein no catalyst is there, when I use a negative catalyst, what will happen? The activation energy becomes high. When the activation energy is large, obviously we have to supply more energy. So when we are keep on supplying energy, definitely the reaction will take more time. Therefore rate of the reaction will be decreasing. Okay, so this is all about how does a catalyst will affect the rate of reaction. So 1 marks question they will be asking, define catalyst or give an example for a catalyst. Okay, here I have given one example. Now that will be a homework for you to get an example for positive catalyst and negative catalyst. Okay, get the examples, because we don't know, because in 1 marks a tricky question might be coming from any chapter, so they might ask you 1 marks tricky questions. So those who are interested in getting out of what marks, please do get those example for the negative catalyst and positive catalyst. Here I have given one example for the positive catalyst. Okay, so next for 1 marks again they might be asking what are how does a positive catalyst will increase the rate of reaction? That is by decreasing the activation energy. How does negative catalyst will decrease the rate of reaction? By increasing the activation energy. Okay, so this is all about the chemical kinetics chapter. So in 1 more class we will discuss overall how many marks will be coming from the chemical kinetics chapter, and what are the most important questions, what type of numericals will be coming, and we will also discuss about the graphical representations. Okay, thank you students.